Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. If you're new here, then my name is Susannah, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if Ninja Foodi recipes really interest you. That's what we do here on the channel, and today's recipe is absolutely delicious. It is a creamy sun-dried tomato chicken pasta, one pot, really simple and perfect for those quick midweek meals. If you like the look of the recipe, don't forget to hit the like button for me. And if you're interested in getting the recipe and it being fully printable, then head over to my website, which is www.susannaskitchen.uk, and my brand new cookbook is out now if you want to purchase that as well. So let's go and make this really speedy dinner. I've got the Ninja on sear and saute. I'm just putting a little bit of spray oil into the bottom of the pot. I'm going to add my chicken in. If you want to use some onion in this dish, then I would put the onion in now, but I'm not worrying about putting that in this evening. There's lots of different things that you can add to a meal like this, and as I'm going along, I'll tell you different things you can add in at different stages. So I'm just seasoning my chicken with some salt and also some black pepper. We just want to get a little bit of colour on the outside of our chicken. We don't need it to be cooked because we are going to go on to pressure cook in a little while. You can choose to either add some fresh garlic. You probably want a couple of cloves if you're cooking this for 2 people, or add some garlic granules, and that's what I'm opting for this evening. So just going to stir the garlic granules into the chicken, and that's just seasoning the outside of that lovely as well. Again, this is another ingredient that you don't have to use, but I'm going to use some sun-dried tomato pesto in here. You could definitely opt though instead for some tomato puree. You just want to get a bit more of an intense tomatoey flavour. So I'm just going to give that a good stir into my chicken. That smells really nice. I'm going to add some fresh basil in at the end, but for now I'm just going to use a little bit of dried basil. So I think that works really nice with those sun-dried tomato flavours. And next we want to pour over our stock. I've got hot stock here. I've just made that up using a kettle. There you go. And now to add our pasta. Let's get the pasta in. And all you want to do is leave that pasta sort of laying over the top of the chicken. But just try where you can to sort of submerge it into the liquid, and we should be good to get that on to pressure cook. Now, this seems very, very basic at this stage. You could definitely add some frozen spinach right now if you wanted to, or maybe some mushrooms or some peppers. So there's different things that you can definitely put into this, but I'm keeping it quite basic tonight. It's just what I fancied, really. Nice, easy dinner. So let's get the lid down. Let's get on to pressure cook before we do the rest. So you want to ensure that your pressure valve here is on seal, and then just switch over to your pressure cook options. I want to go with high and 6 minutes because I'm using penne and I find 6 minutes works great. And I want to change it over to a quick release because we don't want to overcook the pasta. Here we go. We can open up the lid and have a little look inside. Let's give it a really good stir. This is looking great. I do always find that when I've got some liquid left like this, which obviously we want some liquid left because we want to make a sauce out of this, but it does thicken up if you leave it for a little while with the lid shut. So that's a tip there if you've not seen that in one of my other videos. So I'm just breaking up the pasta, just making sure that that is all separated, which we are now. That looks really nice. It smells great as well. So the first thing I'm going to add is the sun-dried tomatoes. Let's get those in. And let's give them a little stir. Totally optional, but a few chili flakes I think would be quite nice in this dish. If you want to use fresh spinach, then put that in now and close your lid. You could definitely have put mushrooms into this. There's loads of different things that can go in. Now I'm going to be using parmesan and some cream. So let's put a little bit of the cream in. and just give that a little stir. I don't want to put too much in and make the sauce a little bit too liquid. You can definitely use cream cheese if you haven't got cream and you prefer to use cream cheese, and that's a good option. And I'm going to put in some Parmesan cheese grated, and let's give that another stir. Now that is looking a nice consistency sauce. So I've got a little bit of cream left. I would say I have probably put in around 75 millilitres of cream. So I'm going to let you know the quantity. So it was around 2 chicken breasts in this. I'm just putting in a little bit of fresh basil. And as I said, you could put in garlic cloves or do what I did and use granules. Pasta-wise, I used 130 grams of penne and 325 millilitres of chicken stock. You can use veggie stock if you want to, and then around 25 grams of sun-dried tomatoes. Again, you can use more if you like. So that is looking really lovely. I think I'm ready to serve. And now just a little bit more basil over the top. If you want to put any extra parmesan on this, but I just put quite a lot in there already. And I'm going to serve this with a little bit of garlic bread tonight. And I think that looks absolutely delicious. A nice, easy, one pot dinner for the family.